Hello, my name is Sam Contrasto, President of Marbalite International Corporation. The following video will describe the installation of our Teralite Epoxy Vinyl Chip Decorative Seamless Floor Coating System. Teralite offers extreme high customer satisfaction, low maintenance, low labor intensiveness, a simple and fun installation, a very attractive finish, and highly profitable returns. Teralite may be applied to residential, industrial, commercial, and institutional floors and walls. It may also be applied to exterior concrete surfaces such as driveways, walkways, concrete pool decks, patios, and even countertops are readily transformed with beautiful Teralite. Marbalite has readily available over 100 color combinations, making us a world leader in vinyl chip color selection. Not only is Teralite attractive, resembling granite or terrazzo, but best of all, it requires little upkeep. Look at how easy it is to remove black engine oil from the surface. Simple dish soap is used to remove the remaining oil by scrubbing and then rinsing with water. Plain debris is easily swept away. This bathroom floor is being prepared for a two-color Teralite application. The carpet has been cut at the doorway and removed. The glue has been ground off, and we are now ready to fill in concrete chipped areas with polyester filler, such as an automotive body filler, which is mixed according to the manufacturer labeled instructions. Steel brush the chipped area, then apply the filler to slightly above the floor level. This type of filler cures in approximately 5 minutes and can then be filed with a Bondo cheese file to remove the excess filler. A grinder or hand sanding will smooth out file marks. If you allow more than 5 minutes for the filler to harden, it will require more effort to remove the excess filler. Most important to remember is that polyester filler cures chemically and a film of paraffin wax normally comes to the surface. This sticky waxy coating must be removed or you will experience delamination of the Teralite in those areas. Debris is then removed by whatever means is most appropriate. If you have experienced coating failure by delamination in the past, here is a simple test that may help you in the future. Place a drop of water on the concrete surface to be coated. If the water absorbs within 1 to 2 minutes, this represents excellent penetration. 2 to 3 minutes is adequate, and more than 3 minutes requires additional surface preparation. Examples of methods used to increase surface porosity are acid etching, grinding, sandblasting, shot blasting, scarifying, and so forth. This surface is being prepared by the acid etching method. First, the surface is pre-wet. A mixture of 75% water and 25% muriatic acid is prepared. The mixed solution is then applied with a garden sprinkler watering container. A broom follows to evenly distribute the solution. Allow 10 minutes before rinse and broom removal. Check with your county officials for method compliance. If the surface is badly eroded, a smooth coat of Marbalite Filcrete may be troweled on or sprayed and then lightly scraped or machine sanded to remove trowel marks. Check with Marbolite for instructions on the use of Fillcrete. A pencil tied to a string, or in this case strapping tape, is utilized to produce an arc. This may also be done freestyle. For straight lines, use a straight edge, logos may be traced, and so forth. The two-part Marbolite white water-based epoxy is now being combined and stir-mixed. A drill and paddle in a 5-gallon pail is suggested for larger installations. This epoxy is also available in black, or may be tinted to a variety of colors to complement the colored chips chosen. As a rule, if your chip selection does not contain any or a small amount of white chips, then you should tint the white epoxy to complement the chip color chosen. One uniformly applied heavy coat at the rate of approximately 100 to 150 square feet per mixed gallon is normally acceptable to broadcast the vinyl chips into, but in a highly porous concrete surface, 2 coats are recommended. The first is thinned with 16 ounces of water per 1 gallon mix, and the second applied full strength. Marbolite water-based epoxy is not only useful as the vinyl chip to floor bonder, but it is also used as an interior general-purpose superior concrete floor and block wall coating. In this application, 1 coat is sufficient. The vinyl chips are broadcast to the point of refusal. This means that no epoxy will remain exposed. It is of the utmost importance to broadcast as soon as possible over the fresh, sticky epoxy. If too much time lapses, less chips will stick to the surface, producing an uneven color effect. We will cover correction of this somewhat blotchy effect in the first clear coat segment to follow. This installer is completing the first epoxy color chip application by cutting to the pencil mark. The chips that are broadcast past this pencil mark will obviously not bond to the uncoated concrete surface. These loose chips are simply blown back into the epoxy chipped area. This installer is now downsizing a few chips by rubbing them between the hands and applying to the edge of the first color application. These finer chips will ensure complete 100% coverage over that epoxy, and the adjacent second color chips broadcast will not stick, contaminating that area. The adjacent surface is now being blown clean to prepare for the next color chip application. If an error was made while applying the first color, now it can easily be corrected with a stroke of a brush. second colored chip now is complete. For larger installations, Marbolite stocks strap-on spike shoes. This allows the installer to walk on the uncured epoxy coat and broadcast the chips without producing noticeable footprints. The epoxied floor is very slippery at this time. If a slip occurs, gently tap over the streak marks with a finger and apply more chips. Marbolite offers a chip gun highly effective for application of chips to floors and vertical wall surfaces, although most installers prefer to hand broadcast and then immediately blow the final chips with a variable speed leaf blower for color uniformity. As a rule, overnight curing is recommended. Never walk on the uncured chipped epoxy surface. The excess chips are swept and collected, taking care not to contaminate the two colors. On larger jobs, they are blown into a corner and collected for use on other jobs. The balance of the chips are hard broomed over and vacuumed away. The surface is now ready for the first coat of Marbolite Diamond Clear Epoxy, designed for interior use only. The mix ratio is 1 gallon of resin to 62% of a gallon of catalyst. Mix well to ensure complete cure. Up to 10 ounces of xylene may be added per kit to thin out the high viscosity epoxy. Xylene is a flammable solvent. Exercise caution. Roller cover fuzz may be removed by rolling over masking tape. This first coat is usually thinly applied at the rate of 300 square feet per kit. Again, overnight curing is recommended but not always necessary, depending on ambient temperature and concrete slab drying conditions. During warm conditions or when more than 20 minutes is required to roll out a kit of Diamond Clear Epoxy, it is advisable to empty the container on the floor. This will allow considerably more time to uniformly spread the epoxy and lessen the fear of mass thermal heat buildup. When applying over a multicolored chip installation, do not roll against the color separation line. Roll on one side of the line, then on the other. You may then cross roll with no fear of picking up loose chips and contaminating beyond the line. If there are uneven color areas, now is the time to lightly broadcast a few chips and quickly back roll until uniform color is achieved. Do not over apply the chips as air entrapment is possible. The cured surface is now ground with a variable speed hand grinder using a 24 grit grinding disc. Slower speeds work best. On a larger application, an 18-inch orbital floor buffer sander mounted with a 36 grit sandpaper disc available at Marble